What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. We do nothing here without God. Okay? Everything is spiritually led by God over here. We cover everything from a spiritual and physical aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answer. Make sure whatever you hear, and I repeat, make sure anything you hear, see, whatever it may be in the world, whatever person you may listen to, excuse me, make sure you test the spirits, meaning take the word back to God. Please do, so you can form that bond, that relationship with God, so you can have that trust, so you can see people by their fruits. Okay, it's very important. Today's message is a very important message, okay? And I'm just going to let the Father come through, because I recorded this in different videos, like it's different messages for different videos. But I'm going to let him speak through me, because it makes more sense for this to be one big message instead of longer videos. I'm going to let him do this. Father, please come through. I'm going to pray. Father, I pray that you come through and speak. None of me, all of you. This is your message to give out to your children, the world. Father, please come through. May everyone that's listening to this message hear this message. May everyone listen and accept this message with an open mind and open heart, and take the word back to you. All right, Father, let's do this. Okay, he says, my children, something big is coming. Something you have never seen before. Something the world has never seen before. The wealth of the wicked has been saved up and stored for many years, but it's time that the transfer comes to pass. He's talking about the wealth transfer, if those who know what that is. And I'm just gonna let him go ahead. I'm sorry. Many of you have went through struggling moments, struggling times, heartaches. Many deem yourselves as failures because you haven't gotten anywhere that you desire to get. But realize, some places that you were wanting to go or you thought you should be were not the right place for the times. I want you to understand that you have nothing to fear, nothing to be afraid of with these times, as long as you have me in your heart. He says, my children, there will be blackouts. There will be famine, economic downfall, more outbreaks, more chaos, more riots, more shutdowns. Do not fall prey to the enemy's antics. Have me in your hearts and keep me there until it is time to come home. I did a video on 9-to-5 jobs, and God want me to speak, because there's been some of y'all that's speaking to me about these 9-to-5 jobs. Go ahead, Father. Sometimes things happen to you, like the enemy will do things to you and you may not understand it, okay? And that God will use what the enemy has done to get you removed from a place, so he can pull you to his place that he has set for you, the table he set for you, okay? A lot of you feel like you are in a position where you have no idea where you're going in the future, or you worry of things being taken from you, or some of you worry, you just don't feel worthy enough because you are looking for a new job, or you feel, you just feel very lost. You don't understand why something is happening in your life, or why you can't seem to fit into that 9-to-5 job. Let me tell you, 9-to-5 jobs are not meant for God's children and chosen to have special places in the world. So you have to understand, God will pull you out. And every time you try to go out farther out of his will, he's going to pull you back in until you understand. So it's not that you fighting him, you just don't realize what you're doing. And so he wants you to come to prayer a little bit more than you do. Make a little bit more time for him. And so he can reveal the answer to you. I don't know whose confirmation that is completely. Okay, completely. I don't know who's all that's confirmation is for. But there are people that are feeling like you going through a lot of things with jobs. You've been praying for new opportunities. I heard him say new opportunities, choices. You had a choice between a few places, a few jobs, but you aren't hearing anything. You're still waiting, okay? And he's saying, don't worry about it, because what is coming is better, but you got to seek him. You got to ask him in order to receive. He says, if you never ask, how can you expect to receive something? He wants to hear from you a lot more. There are some of you that are afraid to go to him almost. It's like as if you don't feel like you've been doing the right things enough to approach him, and that you're not worthy enough to seek him. I'm hearing and feeling that. Like I'm feeling somebody like saying, I'm just not a good enough parent. I'm not a good enough person. Like you've struggled with a lot of what's the right word? I don't want to just say sins. I want to be more specific, Father. Okay, so it's some of you that struggle with it's multiple things. We're gonna just say like he's listing them. There's a lot of guys out there that are getting caught up in relationships that they shouldn't be in, and it's causing you to relapse and fall backwards. Semen retention is very important, because the devil, that's one of the biggest strongholds the devil has over people that can't control that. He's saying he sees that you trying, and just keep trying and pulling him closer. You're gonna make it through. For people that feel like they got family members out there that's just not doing good, whether it be somebody straying off a path, whether it be somebody in the hospital. I'm hearing people's family members are in the hospital. Somebody's family member it's just they're not looking good. It's a lot going on for a lot of you. The Lord says, seek him, speak to him. When you feel like there's no one there, when you feel like you don't have a father for the kids in your household, just seek him, okay? He will always be the father to your children. He will always be your father. Let him in. Come as you are. Don't be ashamed. Get that relationship started, okay? It's going to be important for the upcoming events and seasons. Let's end with this month of February. Let's end this confusion. Let's end being lost. Let's end being ashamed. And let's start to build these stronger relationships. You are going to need to do this, okay? So that's just a piece of the message. I know this message is going to be kind of all over the place, so I'm sorry. I want to put all these in one message to make life easier, and he said, let's do this. So, okay. He wanted me to speak more about the stuff coming up, because I've actually done warnings on food shortages and stuff like that. And God wanted me to warn of something involving the wealth transfer. If those who know what that is, I need y'all to listen up. There's going to be things happen. Pakistan just had a blackout. We are not too far away from ours. God has been telling me that the enemy is coming to steal people's wealth in any way, shape, or form, any type of funds or things you have. You see all these banks and stuff. This is not done by accident. The enemy is preparing to cut off transfers right there. The Lord says this, do not fear, as there will be, again, he says, blackouts, more shutdowns, more illnesses. People will pass from this. People will fear. There will be chaos and riots from the upcoming events that will lead to distraction from the truth. Keep your eyes on me, he says. Keep your eyes on him. Stay focused. This is the month. If there's things that you need to clean out, start getting things cleaned out. Okay? Get rid of the old and bring in the new. Let God in to help you. No matter what happens, he says, do not be scared. Come to him. I keep hearing, he keep wanting me to talk about blackouts coming. He's saying the enemy, when economic shutdown happens everywhere and crashes, he's telling me the enemy is going to try to steal people's transfers. So they're going to, and I talked about this in a warning a while ago. I think both on this channel and my other one. The devil going to try to come through and steal. And this is what he's been trying to get me to relate to you guys about. Remember I told y'all with Damar Hamlin's case how a lot of people was thinking he's dead and stuff like that. But everything that God was trying to do in the situation was covered. While so the devil could try to steal it and make it go away somehow. That's what he's going to do with people's blessings coming up, no matter how you are going to be blessed. In this hour, in this season, the devil is going to come through to give people opportunities that do not belong to them. They're only going to be temporary to distract you. You need to watch it. The devil is going to mislead, deceive, steal, kill, and destroy in this hour. Okay? People are going to tell you that when it comes to this wealth transfer, especially because it's not just about money or finance, it's about health, restoration. What is it? Health, restoration, abundance of many things that you've been waiting for, especially those who have been holding on to him. The devil is going to try to come through and use people to make you feel bad. So let's say you or somebody, I keep hearing in the spirit, somebody survived something like he's going to make you feel guilty for living over someone else dying. I don't know who that is going to be for, but like you lived, you're going to feel guilty for some reason because somebody else passed and you feel like you wasn't worthy. There we go. You wasn't worthy enough to be alive. You said they were better than me. They shouldn't have went. I'm not cut to be here. Like, no, that's the devil's lying and telling you this. There are going to be people telling you about when it comes to money and finances that when stuff begins to come to people who need it the most and go to people who've been holding on to God and given this big responsibility through this wealth transfer, the devil is going to use people. And this is why I told y'all to watch, be careful who you watch. The devil is going to use people to tell you things like, God would never do this. God would never do that because they didn't receive anything. Or because they've gotten something taken from them and they don't want others to have it. So the devil is going to use people. And a lot of people, I want to go over a few verses to clarify the idea of rich and wealth. Okay, we're just going to talk about that. I've done a video of the worldly system versus God's system. Okay, and I just want to kind of briefly do that again. Now, in the Bible, it talks about the chances of the rich man making it to heaven, which is little to none. Now, I need y'all to understand something because many people are going to say stuff like this. It's not about the money. It's about God's kingdom being built and being blessed. And we're going to bless each other instead of the wicked holding on to everything. We're going to need this because in the rough times, we're going to need the finances to be able to support ourselves and each other, you know, and what we need to buy to prepare for these times. People actually really do need these finances. This is not a game. So you're going to hear people say, God isn't going to do this because the rich man this. Listen, God explained this to me about the rich man. The rich man is somebody who has a heart of gold and a mind full of money and is never going to be happy with his income. Okay? Keep going for more and more even though he got a lot. And you know, God will send angels down to test people that have a lot, as they will appear as poor people. I've gotten tested to see where my heart was. And I'll give you that story a little bit this month as well later on. But if you lie to these angels, you know, you will face judgment. you cannot have a heart of gold. You have to have your heart of God. And another thing he told me is, what happens if somebody's born into mass amounts of wealth? Does that automatically mean they go to hell? You get what I'm saying? So you got to understand something. That person was born into wealth, but if they played a role and have God's heart and they do give, and they do not just give, but give a word and say, hey, this is a blessing. Don't waste it. Hey, it's better to give than receive. That's the biggest blessing you can give. Start throwing a little scripture, start using, and then give. Sometimes, and God taught me this for people that do like to give, don't give to everybody all the time. You always got to ask God for permission, because somebody could take what you gave them and use it for something very demonic because they have a addiction. You get what I'm saying? Only way for you to know is by asking God. Because your heart may be in the right place, but that person receiving's heart may not be in the right place. And that's how you get taken from. So that was one of the lessons God gave me with that test when Michael came down to test me. I gotta tell y'all that story because I couldn't believe Michael actually wanted to come down. It's a long story. But you gotta make sure that you have your mind on the right thing in your businesses of God, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff coming. I keep hearing him say generators for blackouts. Make sure you have this equipment for the snowstorms. If a lot of people say I can't afford certain things, but you got to go to God. Listen, let me tell you a little something. I looked at my situation and was like, God, what? But guess what? I trusted him and I ended up, it worked out in my favor. Okay, thank you. He says, don't focus on what you can see. Focus on what you can't when it comes to God. Ask God to reveal to you what is hidden so that he can show you. You don't always know your purpose. Ask him what is hidden to your eyes and your mind so he can show you. So you can fall into the right places. So you can avoid the traps. Okay? It's a lot coming, but he's telling people not to be scared. Don't fall for what everybody fell for just about in 2020. Don't fall for it again, because this time it's going to be more ruthless. That was just to see how the world will react. And that's the part of the reason with DeMar Hamlin's case, why they covering everything up with the jab and not mentioning all these NFL players dropping dead and celebrities and stuff and people in general. They're lying about people's. That's another thing. I had a dream. I told y'all a while back that I had a dream that doctors were kind of making my condition seem more critical in a dream than what it was. And they were scanning different parts of my body, like my brain and things that were not supposed to be scanned. So not all doctors are bad, but you got to make sure God is with you so you can get led to the right people. That's what he's trying to say. These people are going to try to make us do things, but we have to stand firm. Okay? It's a lot coming at this season, and you need to start cleaning out the old and bring in a new and let God help you do it, and bring in God if you ain't got him. Okay? With the food shortages, another piece of advice. When blackouts and all this chaotic stuff happens, people tend to go crazy and be scared, and they start breaking into places and doing crazy stuff. Yeah. This is why you need to be proactive instead of reactive and not be scared. Okay? God will, and I will, like, if I hear anything about anything coming in a certain amount of time or this, I care about y'all. I will tell y'all. That's why I'm on here today, right now. That's why I'm forming what was supposed to be 3 messages into 1 message. So, and I just let him talk. Father, anything else? Food, yes, I almost forget. Food, canned goods, water. You can stock up on water and canned goods, batteries. Okay, like generators. Make sure you getting them generators, because it's gonna be very important for blackouts. You never know how long you're gonna go without something, and you don't want all your food to go bad. Because Pakistan, I'm telling you, they had a blackout, and it's coming. That's the first one of the first big ones, and not the last. Because when this wealth transfer come, they gonna shut off the power. When I tell y'all, they gonna be like, what is happening? Why When we don't have to depend on the government, they don't want us to be free. So they gonna try to steal, and that's why they wiping people's bank accounts for the digital dollar to control. This is about to happen fast. For money situations, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When it comes to cryptocurrency, that is what's gonna be the transfer. Um, the transfer is gonna happen through that, because that's gonna be the new how everything is formed, and through that new system with these coins. And what is called Ledger Nano X and S's and external wallets are going to have to be your new form of storing your gold and silver, so that nobody can steal from you. Okay. Because when they shut the power off, you're not going to have access to anything. Not no money, nothing. Like, everything going to be shut down. And they going to make sure they do it on purpose. And ain't going to be, they going to shut it down. And they going to say, we're doing the best we can with this nationwide power outage and yada, yada, yada. Get out my face. Get out my face. Y'all lying already. I heard in the spirit y'all lying. Just lying, man. Like they've been lying to us. So it's a lot of things happening. I know this video was very loaded, but it makes more sense to do all this in one video, okay? And this is literally condensed of what y'all was supposed to get this week. This is like a loaded video of all my assignments, at least 3 assignments this week for the 9 to 5 jobs, the warnings of things coming up, the wealth transfers all together. Like, thank you, Father, for condensing, making my life easier. I love you. Make sure you test the spirits. Remember, that I don't want to leave y'all with fear. I want y'all to be proactive. We got to stop being fearful, and we got to start being bold and being proactive, and just preparing our families and preparing our household and getting ourselves healthy. Okay? You got to remember, too, when it comes to food, watch the food you eat. Okay? A lot of times, the milk they be telling you, that stuff, man, they do not clean that stuff out. Pus, blood, and that's what causes people to get cancer and get sick. They lie to you. They say it make your bones strong. No, it's killing people. Soy milk and all that stuff is actually what you should be getting. If I'm not mistaken, you got the sun is, man, get that sun. Why you think you feel so shining bright over there when you get that sun? Get it. God created it for a reason. He's light. Let the light shine all over you. Okay, they don't want us to do that. Fruits. Just try to make sure the insides of your body is being clean. I know the world keeps you busy and you can't even keep track of your own health. That's why God want to pull you out the 9 to 5s. Just kind of trying to make sure I get everything here. Make sure I got all the messages for people that need the messages. And no more? He said, we're good. All right. So that's going to be the end of the video. I let the Father come through, try to use me to get this message out to you guys. Prepare. Don't be scared. I cannot stress this enough. Please don't be scared. Please don't be scared. Please don't be scared. There's not going to be anything that you can't handle when you have God. Don't be scared. Just don't be scared. But you're going to have to stand firm and be strong-minded. We got to get through these demonic strongholds. Okay? I have much love for y'all. I will update y'all on this message again. Stay focused on God. I cannot stress that enough. Stay focused. Come as you are. Don't feel ashamed. He want to see you. He want to listen to you. If you are somebody that, I always tell people that email me too, just start talking to God sometimes. If you got something on your mind, start talking. I don't care who call you crazy. You know God a thing. He not crazy. You not crazy. We not crazy. The heavenly family not crazy. The devil is crazy. All right? So let God know what's going on. You got to watch those monitoring spirits. All right? You got people watching you, so if you got good things coming, don't be quick to tell people good things. The Lord been telling me the devil is waiting to snatch it. Yes, yes, yes. People will be waiting to tell you that something is bad. Like, watch who you listen to. The devil be using people to they're going to say, this is bad, this is bad. Nope. God is trying to help us survive. A good father leaves inheritance for his children. All right? And we are God's children and chosen. We're going to do what we got to do for his kingdom. And he going to make sure the people that been waiting on him and doing the right things will receive all that they've asked for and more. Like I said, I don't know if I said this on the video on this channel, but I'm gonna leave y'all with this. While the world goes down into the dark, the worldly will go down with it. And God's children will prosper and be put in positioning that you never thought you would be in. That's why these 9 to 5s ain't gonna work for you. You got a bigger purpose. God ready to move you and level you up, but you gotta be strong. Okay? All right. Y'all have a good one. Peace and blessings.